This is the first fire of the year. Oh, I've just missed this so much. It's Easter. Was it April 9th? It's April 9th. And I'm in Wisconsin on the farm, smoking a cigar with a campfire. Do you ever have moments where it feels like you were just living this moment not long ago, right? The weather was pretty good today. Sunny. Did it hit 70? It might have hit 70. And you think, wow, it's almost spring and summer again. And you think, oh, winter wasn't that bad. And here we are again, right? Just like that. Like time passes. And it seems like not long ago, October maybe, I was right here, smoking a cigar, having a fire. I got to figure out a lighting situation for nighttime. Right now, I'm using the Gator, which is this all-terrain kind of vehicle on the farm, John Deere, and that's what we're using for lighting. The campfire has this kind of mystique lighting, but I'm still pretty dark in it. But something that's been on my mind has just been time, biology, the human experience, and just processing that. There are few places better to think about the human experience and the human story than in front of a fire. There's something so magical, mystical about fire. Fire. It's quite beautiful. You just sit here and watch the fire endlessly. But I think a question that comes up in conversations I've had is human biology versus the modern world and society. Like, what is right? What is natural? What is what? What is what, right? Because as a human species, we've made so much progress, right? I mean, this right now, right? You're watching this on a screen of some sort, and the knowledge and manipulation of elements on the periodic table to make that real and possible, where I can have a conversation with somebody somewhere else and at a different time. It is quite multidimensional when you think about it, but sometimes I think we believe today, contemporary humans, that we're smarter than previous humans. And because of that, it gives us kind of this built-in excuse to try all these untested ideas that tinkers with our biology. Biotechnology is one of the biggest industries, topics for the 21st century. And so what I don't have the answers to, I suppose none of us will have the answers to it until years and years after this. But what we do with our bodies and what is good for it, what is bad for it. For example, screen time. It can't possibly be good for a human being and its psychology to be on screens or phones all the time. It can't be. We didn't evolve to do that. And in a way, we still have very much the DNA of our ancestors. But because of technology compounding, we've gotten here quicker and quicker, and I don't know if our biological entities have really caught up to it or have been built for that. Someone mentioned to me the other day that the reason why our vision is the way it is in a human is because we had to detect snakes when we're on the ground, in the savannah of Africa. I often think we don't take time to think about our history as a species enough. We don't think about how much we have in common. It seems like all we focus on in society is our differences. But when you look more broadly and you open your mind, you'll see how much we have in common, and you'll experience such a richer and beautiful life and world. It's all a matter of the mind. And that's why we are experiencing this moment right here, together. Because human beings, what separates us from other animals is our minds and consciousness. So if you think about it, our consciousness is our biggest advantage. But it seems that society often is built to numb us of our consciousness, right? So that we don't have to think. So that we can react with our impulses instead. I live in Chicago right now. And I come up to Wisconsin and I can't wait to do this. Be at a fire. Listen to the insects, frogs, see the stars. It's awesome. I'd rather do this than watch a movie, binge TV shows on Netflix, scroll on whatever social media app of your choosing. Stillness, silence. The beauty and greatness of life is in the silence, in the pauses. In the pauses, right? That was a beautiful moment right there. The logs of the fire falling over. It was inevitable, wasn't it? And the inevitable happened. But now it burns brighter. Life is interesting right now. I feel like every video, every recording, I'm like, life is so interesting right now. But it is. I had a deep conversation the other night with a couple of coworkers. It was a slower night at the bar, and we just got into this deep, cerebral, philosophical, theological conversation. And I just lost my train of thought. Yes. So I was discussing how I've trained my mind over the years to be clear so that I can absorb what is happening. So any space I step into, I gather information around me to observe what is happening right now. Not my opinions of what's happening, not what I want to happen or whatever, but what is happening right now, and then reacting to that. At any given moment, everything is communicating something to you. It becomes a question of whether or not your mind is clear enough to absorb what's happening, to process it without bias or ego involved. And that's from training with Phil Jackson's philosophy that he used with the Chicago Bulls and Los Angeles Lakers. It's, I studied how they did it on the basketball court, but you can then take that concept and apply it in life. So on the basketball court, you're just reading the defense. What are they doing at this moment? But every single player on the court, on the team, so 5 of you, are observing the same thing. You're training your mind to see what is happening right here, and then you react to it. So you become unstoppable because you don't have to run plays. All you do is just read what's happening and react to it. You don't need a script or plays, like I said. You just make moves and dissect the field of play. So it feels very similar to playing a video game. And when you feel like your life is similar to a video game, it's really interesting and fun, where every action you take, it means something. It's a step towards something. It's action. And I often have trouble watching movies because I don't think they're as interesting. I feel very passive and anxious when I watch movies. But I think it's also my approach of it, where lately I'm trying to get more into the study of it, like the art that goes into it, and every single intention with the shot and music and lighting. This is the first fire of the year. I played basketball outside for the first time this year too. And it feels like a new beginning. And isn't that beautiful? When you have a blank canvas and you can paint whatever picture you desire. It's amazing. And it's something to be grateful for.